Hey guys, it's Peanut and Ice Cream Bar. So a while ago someone asked me if I could try making a bed, and I thought, hey, why not? I do have to say that I am about to move, and so I didn't want to get a bunch of different supplies to put in my apartment right before I need to move all the stuff out of my apartment. So, that being said, I wanted to make a bed that would be a twin or a full size, depending on how you set it up. I didn't want to use a ton of materials. I wanted something that is going to be easier to store than if it was all one connected piece, and I wanted it to be relatively cheap and efficient, so I wanted this bed to be able to become multiple different types of beds for multiple different types of characters. So I'm starting with just two boards. One is a little more MSD sized, one is a little more SD sized. Whatever you use for your board, hopefully you can find something that is twin size, and then you can get another one or a board of similar size that's a little bit less in width. That way you can make a lot of different bed sizes without having a bunch of different materials. I'm also using those weird bookend things that I just put away, and these little finials that I think are supposed to go on the end of curtain rods. I'm going to use them as my legs for my bed. I'm going to kind of cobble all of this together, so hopefully I can explain it well enough, or I filmed enough that it will make sense. You'll also need super glue and something to use as the headboard. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is glue my legs together. Obviously, if you have something that you're using as legs that you don't need to glue together, you don't need to do this step. But if you do, a good thing you can try is to use a hair tie to actually band your two pieces together, so while it's gluing, it's nice and stuck together with a lot of pressure so it won't come apart. And then I'm just going to glue around the hairband as well. Try not to glue the hairband to the actual legs. Now for the headboard could literally be anything. You could find a wooden tray, actually any type of tray. You could use a cutting board, you could use a whole bunch of different stuff, a picture frame, a binder, whatever you want. A lot of different stuff could make a really cute headboard. I'm kind of cobbling mine together, so I'm taking these two pieces of wood, this kind of laser cut wood, and on these panels on the back, I'm just staining them with a wood stain marker. But like I said, you can find anything. A lot of stuff is a good size for a doll-sized headboard, so be creative with it. I saw a lot of stuff just walking through random department stores, and I was like, that could totally be a headboard. So now I've painted my laser cut board, a color that I find attractive, and I'm kind of gluing it to those bookend looking things just so it fits really snugly against the back. And the part that's jutting out on the bottom, that's going to be the part that's going to support the wood of the bed frame. Hammer and nails for this, since these pieces are all wood. However, I found that gluing works better because if I was to use a hammer and nail, I was going to damage my table. So I ended up gluing everything. So here you can see everything as it's starting to dry. I have a crazy setup of plates and coasters to make sure everything is pushed together really soundly and it's not going to have a weak connection, because super glue is so super, but it does need to have a nice stay. So here's the bed put together. I only have the one board because, like I said, I didn't want to buy a lot of stuff, but you can see with the two headboards it kind of has a look of built-in side tables. And here's what it would look like if I had two boards. Here's the foam that I got to be the mattress. This is like floral foam that you would use for floral arrangements, and that's how you can see it would be put together. Now I'm going to move on to pillows, and basically what I'm going to do is take the gray fabric, which I'm going to use as my bed pillows, and I'm going to put it under my doll just to measure and see how big I want the pillow to be and how I want it to be in proportion with his head, and I'm just going to draw with a marker the size I want it to be. Then I'm going to cut out 4 of these, and as well as 4 white squares. I'm going to sew everything into a pouch, and in the white pouches I'm going to stuff batting or fluff or fabric scraps, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to sew them up. With the gray ones, I'm just going to hem the sides to make them little pouches, so I can make little pillows and little pillowcases. So now we can set up our bed. Here is just the foam mattress. I've wrapped it in some fabric and put the pillows on, and that's what it looks like if you just wanted to do like a futon kind of bed. Super easy, not a lot of stuff to do. But we made a frame, so here is our bed frame. It looks beautiful. Of course, I didn't have 2 different foam boards here, but I showed you what that looked like already. And if you're wondering how I made these sheets, it's actually super easy. I just took my foam, I wrapped it in some white fabric to look like a fitted sheet. I took a pillowcase and put the whole thing in a pillowcase to make it look like a flat sheet. A scrap of fabric became a little duvet, and an infinity scarf became a little quilt. Super easy and fast, great for me so I don't have to buy fabric, and good for anyone else who doesn't want to buy fabric. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this helped anybody, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!